Today we're taking a look at these NFL matches, which are happening on Sunday, November 7, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice. Los Angeles Chargers vs Philadelphia Eagles. The Los Angeles Chargers have been a below-average defense thus far, as they are allowing 25.3 points per game. In their previous game against the New England Patriots, they gave up 27 points on 352 total yards of offense, 210 passing, 142 rushing. The Chargers did a good job as they limited the Patriots to just 6.0 yards per pass. If they can continue to step up, it will be a great spot to get going. Our first betting advice is to pick Los Angeles Chargers, -1.5. The Eagles should be riding a tidal wave of confidence after they stomped all over the Detroit Lions last week. Yes, the Lions are a winless team, but it's a great feat regardless to outscore an NFL team 44-6. They know they'll be able to run the ball against a Chargers defense allowing an average of 159.6 rushing yards per game. It could be another tough night for rookie first-round draft pick Devonta Smith when facing a Chargers secondary that ranks in the top 5 in yards allowed. So I'd expect Coach Sirianni to draw up some screen plays to get the ball into the hands of one of his best defensive playmakers. Our second betting advice is to pick over 50. Arizona Cardinals vs San Francisco 49ers. Their offense ranks 8th in the NFL, averaging 393.6 yards per game. Murray has completed 72.7% of his passes for 2,276 yards and 17 touchdowns. His top 2 targets have been Hopkins and Green, though, so these question marks are significant. Edmonds is the leading rusher with 75 carries for 427 yards. If he is limited or out on Sunday, James Conner will see more time. Conner has rushed 94 times for 358 yards and 8 touchdowns. Wide receivers Christian Kirk and Rondale Moore have both gone over 325 receiving yards, so they are going to have to step up if Green and Hopkins are both out. Tight end Zach Ertz has caught 7 passes for 108 yards since Arizona acquired him 3 weeks ago. The Cardinals are facing a San Francisco defense that ranks 5th in the NFL, allowing 324.0 yards per game. Our first betting advice is to pick San Francisco -1.5. Quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo has completed 64.2% of his passes for 1,428 yards and 6 touchdowns, but he has also thrown 4 interceptions and been sacked 8 times. His top target has been wide receiver Deebo Samuel, who has 44 receptions for 819 yards and 4 touchdowns. Samuel is currently listed as questionable with a calf injury. There has been a huge drop-off after Samuel, as tight end George Kittle is second in receiving yards with 227. Kittle has been on the injured reserve, but he is going to return on Sunday. Running back Elijah Mitchell has rushed 81 times for 433 yards and 3 touchdowns, averaging 5.3 yards per carry. Mitchell was also a limited participant in Thursday's practice, ribs, so he is questionable as well. San Francisco is going up against an Arizona defense that ranks 4th in the NFL, allowing 319.0 yards per game. Our second betting advice is to pick under. Quick reminder, BetUS is a platform that offers betting on all major sport and horse racing leagues. It has slots, table games, blackjack, and a variety of other casino games. All of the major US leagues are available for betting, including the NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, and PGA. In addition, BetUS allows wagers on esports, Olympic events, soccer, cricket, boxing, cycling, and many more competitions. Join BetUS now using our link down below and get 125% cashback bonus on your first deposit on the sportsbook after you open an account and deposit using our link and use our promo code HIGHSTAKES. Green Bay Packers vs Kansas City Chiefs. Green Bay, 7-1, has won 7 straight games after dropping the season opener. But the big story in this matchup is that Aaron Rodgers will miss the game after testing positive for COVID-19. They'll turn to second-year pro Jordan Love in his first career start, with all of 7 regular season passes to his name. The Packers kept the faith in Love, a 2020 first-round pick out of Utah State, even though he didn't play at all as a rookie, and only sparingly in a season-opening blowout loss to New Orleans. Some of Love's rapid progress came when he got the vast majority of reps, as Rodgers skipped voluntary workouts and a mandatory minicamp. We'll see just how good the kid is on Sunday. Our first betting advice is to pick Green Bay plus 7.5 with the defense struggling. Kansas City has relied even more on an offense that ranks 4th in the NFL in yards per game, 412.9. Star quarterback Patrick Mahomes has completed 66.5% of his passes for 2,368 yards and 19 touchdowns. He has had more turnover issues this year than in years past, throwing 10 interceptions. Wide receiver Tyreek Hill has been his top target, catching 64 passes for 735 yards and 6 touchdowns. Tight end Travis Kelce has added 49 catches for 560 yards. Running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire is on the injured reserve with a knee issue, so Darrell Williams is the new starter. He has rushed 65 times for 230 yards, averaging just 3.5 yards per carry. Kansas City is facing a Green Bay defense that ranks 7th in the NFL, allowing 331.8 yards per game. Our second betting advice is to pick under 48. Tennessee Titans vs Los Angeles Rams. Tennessee is 6th in the NFL in points per game at 28.4 and is 11th in yards per contest at 399.3. It has been an outstanding ground game led by Derrick Henry that leads this offense. Henry has rushed for 937 yards and 10 touchdowns, averaging 117.1 yards per game. But Henry got hurt in the last game and is out 6 to 10 weeks. Tannehill is having a solid season, completing 65.6% of his passes for 2,002 yards. He has 10 touchdowns, but also has thrown 7 interceptions. His leading target has been Brown, who has 35 catches for 509 yards and 3 scores. The Tennessee defense is allowing 24.4 points per game, 20th overall. The Titans have 18 sacks, 7 interceptions, and 6 fumble recoveries. The Titans' defense is led by David Long with 60 tackles. Harold Landry is second with 42 and leads the team with 8.5 sacks. Kevin Byard has 4 interceptions. Our first betting advice is to pick Rams minus 7.5. The Rams have had one of the league's more dynamic offenses for a few years, but the addition of Stafford has changed everything. They suddenly find themselves 5th in scoring on the backs of being 5th in total yards per game and 1st in yards per play. The passing attack has been their bread and butter, but the running game has served enough to provide some balance, which could be useful on Sunday night. Stafford looks like a legit MVP candidate, having already tossed for nearly 2,500 yards and 22 touchdowns, compared to 4 interceptions. His ability to limit turnovers has been crucial. It also helps to have Cooper Kupp, likely the league's best receiver as of this weekend, and a host of other speedsters to stretch out defenses. Speaking of defense, the Rams rank 10th in scoring defense, and even without Miller on the weekend, still have a host of all-pros throughout the field. They're 2nd in the league in sacks and 4th in interceptions, numbers that will have them feeling good considering Tannehill's knack for both. Their ability to hone in on the pass rush and focus on their secondary will be key and likely a game changer. Our second betting advice is to pick over 53.